Good morning, children. Today we can discuss the lesson circulatory system. Do you know the meaning of circulatory system? Okay, if you don't know, circulatory system means transportation of materials taken place in our body. For example, we can breathe oxygen. That oxygen will be transported to the all parts of the body through one of the medium. The transportation of the materials through the blood. Transportation of materials through the blood is called as circulatory system. What is that? Transportation of materials through the blood is called as circulatory system. Example I told no, if we can breathe oxygen inside into the lungs, from the lungs it will be transported to the all parts of the body through the blood. Okay, that is called as circulatory system. Circulatory system can help in the transportation of materials in the body through the blood. Okay, for transportation of the materials, one of the organ will be helps in our body to transport of the material. Which of that organ? That organ is our heart. Our heart is the pumping organ. Our heart is the pumping organ of the blood. The blood will be pumped in our body through one of the organ is called as heart. Heart is the pumping organ of the blood. When the heart is pumping the blood, through that blood, the transportation of materials can be taken place. Okay, now we can see the structure of heart. Our heart is located in which region? Our chest region. In the chest region, onto the left side of the chest region, in the chest cavity, the heart will be located. Our heart will be located in the chest cavity. And the heart is covered. Our heart is covered with two membranes. Our heart is covered with two membranes, and the two membranes are together called as pericardium. What is that? Pericardium. Pericardium is the two membranes covered outside the heart. Heart is covered with a membrane called as double walled membrane called as pericardium. And heart is made up of a special type of muscles. Heart is made up of a special type of muscles present in our body. The name of that muscles are cardiac muscles. Heart is made up of with cardiac muscles. Okay, heart is a pumping organ of the blood, and it is located in the chest cavity, and it is covered with pericardial membrane and is made up of with cardiac muscles. And our heart is having four chambers. Our heart is having four chambers. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the four chambers present in our heart, and the upper chambers are called as auricles. And the upper 1, 2 chambers are called as auricles, and the lower chambers are called as ventricles. 3, 4. 1, 2 are called as auricles. 3, 4 are called as ventricles. Okay, no need to write the numbers. Just for explanation part, I wrote the numbers. Okay, the upper two chambers are called as auricles, and the lower two chambers are called as ventricles. And these auricle and ventricle, from the left, these are the right side parts are called as right auricle and right ventricle. Right auricle and right ventricle, and this side is left auricle and left ventricle. Okay, these are right auricle and right ventricle, and this is left auricle and left ventricle. Okay, the blood will be pumped from right auricle to the right ventricle through right auriculoventricular aperture, and from the left auricle to the left auriculoventricle aperture will be transports the blood from one chamber to the another chamber. And when it is transporting from one chamber to the another chamber, and it is protected with four valves. The four chambers of the heart is having four valves. The valves, what is the use of the valve? Yes, it can be prevents the backflow of blood. Okay, actually the blood is transporting from right auricle to the right ventricle, and it should not be move back from right ventricle to the right auricle. It prevents, prevents the valves present in the heart will be prevents the backflow of backflow of blood. Okay, backflow of blood. Why? Because when the blood will be backflows, the pressure will be increased on the heart, and it may cause to improper functioning of the blood. That's why the valves present in the heart will be prevents the backflow of blood. Okay, like that, 4 types of valves are present in the heart. How many? 4 types of valves are present in the heart. Okay, for example, in our home, for water pipes, we can arrange the valves. Yes or no? When we can open the valve, the free flow of water will be occurs. When we can close it, it can stop the flow of water. Yes or no? Like that only in the heart also, the valves are present. Those valves will be prevents the backflow of water. Means those valves will be stops the backflow of water to prevent the pressure. Without increasing the pressure on the heart, these valves can be prevents the pressure. Okay, what are those valves? First one is tricuspid valve. The first valve is tricuspid valve. This tricuspid valve is present in between the right auricle and the right ventricle. See here, right auricle and the right ventricle, tricuspid valve is present. Tricuspid valve is present. It is having 3 valves. Tri means 3. 3 valves are present here. These 3 valves are together called as tricuspid valve. The tricuspid valve will be prevents the backflow of blood from right ventricle to the right auricle. Next one is bicuspid valve. The second one is bicuspid valve. It contains 2. Bi means 2. 2 valves are present. Those 2 valves together called as bicuspid valve. That bicuspid valve is present in between the left auricle and the left ventricle. This bicuspid valve can be prevents the backflow of blood from left ventricle to the left auricle. And next third valve is pulmonary semilunar valve. Pulmonary semilunar valve is the valve. It is present in between the right ventricle and between in the lungs. Right ventricle and the lungs. In between these two, a valve is present is called as pulmonary semilunar valve. That pulmonary semilunar valve will prevent the backflow of blood from lung to the right ventricle. Next, the fourth one is aortic semilunar valve. Aortic semilunar valve is the valve present in between the left ventricle and in between the body parts. Left ventricle and in between the body parts. It is prevents that aortic semilunar valve prevents the backflow of blood from body parts to the left ventricle. These are the 4 types of valves present in the heart to prevent the backflow of blood. And at the right auricle, at the one of the end of the right auricle, a sinoatrial node. Sinoatrial node is present. It is also called as pacemaker. Commonly it is called as pacemaker. From that part itself, the heartbeat will be starts. The heartbeat, the functioning of heart will be start from the sinoatrial node. Okay, the contractions and relaxation of the heart will be starts from here. Okay, that's why it is called as commonly it is called as pacemaker. It can regulate the heartbeat. It can regulate the heartbeat. Sometimes the improper functioning of the heart may cause to failure. Improper functioning of the heart will be occurs because of the failure of this sinoatrial node. Okay, by doing the operations, they can change and they can arrange an artificial pacemaker here to regulate the heartbeat. Okay, to regulate the heartbeat. Okay, once again I can revise. Okay, transportation of materials to the blood is called as circulatory system. For circulation of the blood, okay, one of the organ will be present in our body is called as heart. It can be helps in pumping of the blood. Okay, it is located in the chest cavity and it is covered with 2-layered membrane called as pericardium, and it is made up of cardiac muscles, and it contains 4 chambers, 2 auricles and 2 ventricles, 2 auricles and 2 ventricles, and it is the openings will be present in between the auricle and the ventricles are called as right auriculoventricular aperture can opens into the right auricle and the right ventricle, and left auriculoventricular aperture will be opens from left auricle to the left ventricle for the free flow of blood. And the prevention of backflow of blood, it contains 4 valves. One is tricuspid valve, second one is bicuspid valve, third one is pulmonary semilunar valve, fourth one is aortic semilunar valves. And at the end of the right auricle, a portion will be present is called as sinoatrial node. From there onwards, the heartbeat will be starts. The functioning of the heart will be starts. Okay, sometimes because of improper functioning of that one, it will be damaged. Okay, the damaged sinoatrial node will be removed and there an artificial pacemaker will be fixed. Okay, who are having a heart problem. Okay. It can regulates the heartbeat. The pacemaker can be regulates and controls the heartbeat. Okay, children, up to here I'll stop the lesson, and the remaining part of the lesson will be continued in the next class. Okay, just you can read from your textbook. Okay, this is our 6th chapter, circulatory system. Okay, thank you, children.